Isabel. Welcome to my channel. Today kicks off the first day of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. And this round we have exclusive sketches for the whole month. Day one was a sketch created by Jessica Michaels. And I don't know how well you can see it on camera, but this is the sketch. It's got two photos, title underneath them with some journaling, and then it got some stars and some mixed media in the background. Now, the two photos that I have pulled are these two of my nephew and my brother. They came to visit California last year, and we took them to dinner one night, and this was us sitting at the table. Now, these are not the same picture. They're slightly different. My daughter and my husband both thought they were the same, so I'm just going to say they are not the same. They are slightly different. They just, I'm one of those people who take pictures. I'll take like 5 of them of the same pose, so you'll slightly get it off. I'm one of those people. But, I really loved how these pictures came out, so I'm going to use it for this sketch. I did cut these down to a 3x3, and then I added a border. Now I'm debating whether or not I'm going to distress this border, but until I decide, I'm not going to touch it, and that is what I'm going to do with that. Now I am going to use the white background because I am going to do some mixed media, and you guys, I am so excited because I think I'm going to use my Love Ocean number 9 vibes from Shimmer's Paints. I am so excited. This will be the first time I'm using it. So, documented here. What I'm thinking is doing a monochromatic theme of the turquoise, which I think this matches really, really well. Hopefully, it will on paper. I have no swatches or anything. I've been meaning to swatch all my stuff, but that takes time, and I barely have enough time to scrap as it is, so I don't want to take more time away from me. But what I'm thinking, I will put the sketch on this corner up here, and what I'm thinking is Jessica has a big star right here and a little star here, and I'm going to get a star, both stars cut out with this. Now, this is a pre-textured, pre-made, I guess, cardstock from the Paper Studio. It has loads of texture. It's got the paints in it, and you've got like dark tones and light tones. I love it. But I'm going to use this to cut the stars out and hopefully give my page a little bit of texture, because it's going to be the outline. I'm not going to do the whole star. What I am thinking is doing the star, and since the mixed media is going to be in a similar color, I'm going to offset it with the black. So my star should have a black border on it. That's what I'm thinking, so that it'll at least offset my mixed media. Okay, guys, so this is what I have. I've already adhered it down to the border because I didn't think you guys wanted to watch me fight with the details there. So, this is pretty much how it's going to sit. I am going to have some more stars. I haven't decided how I was going to do those just yet, but I wanted to get my mixed media done. I'm excited to play with this. So, what I'm going to do is I have it set up to where I roughly expect it to be. And what I'm going to do is kind of, see, I don't want it showing though. I guess here. Okay. Those are sort of like an estimate. Okay, so funny thing, you guys. Not really funny. It could have been a disaster, but luckily it wasn't. So I was shaking this, and the cap came off. Not this cap, the actual, like it spilled. Not everywhere, but it got on the white paper, and I had to redo the lines again. I would advise you guys to make sure that it's tight before you start shaking. But only a little. I think I only lost a little. Well, I mean, I lost quite a bit, but the bottle doesn't look like I lost a lot. So I'm going to do the packaging technique. And I'm going to try to keep it like this is my star down here. I don't know if you guys can see the lines I drew, but I made a line right here so I know not to go past that. And then this is one end of the star. This is another end. I'm going to kind of keep it in here, in this blank space right here in between all of the outlines. And I'm afraid to use it now. After that, I'm afraid to use it. So what I did was originally I sprayed the Vibes on the package, and it was just so watered down. It was kind of like running everywhere, and I couldn't really flip it without it dropping on the page. So I brought in my really large stamp block, and I'm using that to kind of just almost like my mat to pick it up. And it works out a little bit better. The only thing is it's not giving me the coverage that I was looking for. So I ended up using my heat gun tool because I wanted these gathered areas to kind of stay dark. And I was really liking how it turned out. But rather than continue to fight with a packaging technique, I come in later with my water brush tool from Close to My Heart. And it is so much easier. Going forward with the Vibes, I am probably going to be using a paintbrush to move it around my paper just because I have more control. But I come back to that. Right now I'm kind of giving it a rest, and I am going to get these photos layered. And when I say layered, you guys, originally I thought it was just going to be 1 or 2 layers and I was going to use some fun foam. But every time I put it on the page, it felt like it still needed more. Like it was blending in too much. And I know I wanted to go for a monochromatic theme, but I still wanted some pieces to be distinguished from others. So what I do decide is I end up layering my original layer. I did distress it all the way around. So the first border is distressed. Then I bordered it with the same cardstock that I did the stars in. And I layered it with black, and then I layered it with another Recollections teal cardstock. Or actually, it's more of a paper because it's really thin. And then lastly, I layered it again with a white cardstock so that it can really pop from the background instead of blending into the background. And Jessica has some tabs that are on the top of or actually they're layered behind the photos in the sketch. I am going to create my own tab, which is why I used, I left a lot of space on the top of the photos with the white. And I'm going to get it all set up back on the layout so that I can extend this mixed media in the background. Now this is the water brush that I bring in. I do add a little bit of water, but I don't really need to because the Vibes is actually very watered down. And I'm just basically moving the ink to make it look like it's like a spontaneous spill almost. But I want to get some coverage and I want to get some layers in there enough to where you can actually distinguish that there are different layers. And right now, it's all about my coverage. Like, I want to extend this ink out so that once I get my embellishments on, I'll still be able to see some of this mixed media in the background. Even though Jessica doesn't have a lot of embellishments on the layout, I don't go overboard with mine, but I do want to add, and I'm not sure at this point when I'm doing it what I'm going to be adding. So once I get all this done and then I get it dried, I'm going to bring in 49 and Market rub-ons. For the tabs, before I cut them out, I'm going to pull the little phrases that I wanted to use from these rub-ons. Now, I thought maybe I could get a plain on there, but it would have added more colors. So we are just going to go with the phrases. I used 2 of them, one for Over the Hills and Far Away. and the other is we're going places. Now, I consider these to be the perfect phrases for this layout just because my brother lives in Arizona. He was out visiting us in California, and they definitely went over the hills and they came to us. So they were perfect. But these tabs, I'm going to do them manually. You guys know I'm all about manual labor here. So the way that I do it is I bring in these little scissors and I attempt to cut little tabs out. I don't know about you guys, but I have like no control with these little scissors. I don't know if it's just my make of scissors, but I bring in my X-Acto knife to get the edges cut a little bit better than I did with the scissors. And I'm going to bring in my big scissors instead of using my little ones to get the edges done. Now, when I do the fussy cutting and I do like detail cuts, I don't know why, but I find it easier with the larger scissors. I don't know about you guys. I just can't make the little ones work. Anyways, moving on, what I'm going to do is attempt to do splatters with this ink. And no, I'm sorry. Before I do the splatters, I do the splatters, but I do them very subtly and very, they're tiny. You barely can see them. But I'm going to add more ink and spread out this mixed media just because Jessica's mixed media is kind of going off the page, and I wanted mine to do the same. And since I had that extra ink on my block, I didn't want to waste it. So I started adding ink here and there, doing some finishing touches. However, once I get that done, I am going to bring in my thicker sheet and add some more embellishments. Now I bring in a camera that's going to go in the little star, and then I pull in a Paper Studio birthday sticker sheet and just steal happy off of a happy birthday sticker and get that adhered down underneath the camera. And then for the larger star, I'm going to bring in a Thicker's photo op phrase and then an arrow. Now, prior to that, you guys, I did forget that I have stars that I have to add. Now, I wanted to do them in black, but I wanted black glitter, and I didn't have any in my 12x12 papers. But I remembered that I used the black glitter cardstock prior to this layout, and I had a little square left. So I cut some stars out in different sizes. Now, I know Jessica only has a few of them, but I wanted the little stars to kind of go around the photo. So that's what I did. And I do apologize, I didn't do the title on camera because I'm telling you guys, I had a really hard time getting this title down. I don't know if it was because of the alpha stickers, but I tried the ruler technique and it was a disaster. I tried doing them by hand, it was a disaster. They were falling on the floor, they were popping up everywhere. So I got frustrated, did it off camera. It took me a while, and love you to pieces is what I came up with. So that's where it's going to stay. I'm going to do some strip journaling, and that's going to be the layout. I think I did mention that I do subtle splatters. They're very little. They're noticeable in person, but not so much on film. So I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by today. And if you guys do have time, go to my description box and check out the playlist. There are a lot of people playing this round, along with the Facebook group. If you guys are interested in participating, it is open to the group. If you don't have a YouTube channel, that is perfectly fine. There are a lot of people that play along on the Facebook group that don't, and it is so fun and enjoyable to see all of the different layouts from one little sketch. So head on over there, join the group, leave a comment below, let me know what you think, and I will see you guys tomorrow with another layout. So I hope you have a wonderful day today. Bye.